Hi, I'm Ashish Mathur, and in this video, I'd like to show you how you can create a pivot table from data split across multiple workbooks. So I have a folder on my desktop named data files, which has three CSV files from which I need to create a pivot table without having to actually copy and paste data from the three files into a fourth file and then paste the pivot table on that fourth file. I'd like to get the dynamism of being able to add as many files to the data files folder, remove files from there, and have my pivot table source data update automatically. So one way to actually do that would be to use the Power Query BI tool. So I open a new workbook, I go to Power Query. Under From File, there's an option which says From Folder. I click on that, navigate to the folder where my data file, where my CSV files are saved. Click on OK, and I'll get three rows of data, one for each CSV file appearing in that data files folder. So feb.csv, jan.csv, and marcopy.csv. Once again, all three have to be CSV files. Down the first column in the header row, I go and click on that icon, and the moment I do so, I'll have with me the source data from the three files appended one below the other. Now, if I actually observe the very first row, that's actually my header row, but instead of appearing in as the very first row at the top, it appears as part of my data area. To make this the header, I simply right click and say used first row as headers. That now becomes the header row for me. And if I scroll to the right hand side, there are some redundant columns which have been appended as well. So I simply select the first column, shift, select the last one, right click, remove columns from there, and all that's now left is to transfer this into the very same workbook as an appended database. So I simply go and click on close and load over there. Another worksheet gets created with 145,876 rows from the three individual files lying in the data files folder. Now, one last thing over here, this process is dynamic for new CSV files which I add to that data files folder as well. So if I go back to the data files folder and just create a copy of the Mar March file, and let me rename that as April. That's all I need to do. I go back to the Excel file where I already have my appended data set, right click and refresh. The moment I do so, this number should increase from 145,876. So if I refresh there, it's actually 186,315 rows of data. So it's dynamic for new CSV files which I add to the data files folder, as well as files that I remove from there. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed watching this video.